Alright everybody, I'm back again. I just got some gas while it was cheaper, 30 cents cheaper a gallon, so we'll see how long that lasts. I should have put 5 more in, but it's okay. I don't even know how to get out of here, so just give me one moment while I get out of here. I'm gonna assume I can go out this way. Yep. Very rough spot to get out of here. So you can look at the Monster Energy cans. The Monster Energy cans, those 3 symbols there, in Hebrew they mean 666. So each one means 6. So if there's 3 of them, that means 3 sixes. 666. The mark of the beast and whatnot. Run through this. Get me through this one. And then I'll stop at this one. Or not. So that's one way of seeing it. I'm trying to think of like some common ones. There's just so many. If you just look up like celebrities or you look up a certain celebrity, I guarantee they have something with black and white, or the devil horns, or 666, or the triangle of power, or the all-seeing eye, or something to do with the eternal flame, the yin and yang, the black and white. That's another one. The infinity symbolism. The Ouroboros. Any of those you'll see. Most definitely. So those are definitely some common ones to look for. I'm sorry, while I'm thinking of this here, I'm having a little bit of issue here. Because I just ran through quite a few of them, and I just turned the camera back on real quickly without really thinking here. Back to the 33, you can look at Shaquille O'Neal, who's on TNT and whatnot. He's a big famous basketball player. He's been on TV for the last 30 years or whatever. Because as soon as he was out of basketball, he got a job at TNT, big shocker there. So he still pushes his agendas and crap there. He's a proud Freemason. You know, he doesn't really hide it. There's a few of them out there that it's pretty obvious to see. You know, you'll see some of their symbolisms. Like another one is the hidden hand. You'll see a lot of them do that throughout history and whatnot. And you know, that's a Masonic. You know, the hand over the heart. That's a Masonic one. The vow of silence is another one. The you know, to never reveal the secret. So there was a few that just came to mind. But some of the more well-known open Freemasons would be Shaquille O'Neal, who's went on TNT and whatnot, bragged about being a Freemason, showed off his ring, always wore number 33. You know, I remember he always wore 33. I think he wore 34 many years ago. And then he went to 33 because he likely is a 33rd degree Freemason. He knows about Lucifer the light bearer and, you know, the plans and that kind of thing. Another one is Simon Cowell. He's a open Freemason. Another one would be Bruce Willis from Die Hard. Another one is Ashton Kutcher, who plays his role as a child helper, whatever. He acts like he's out to help children that have been abused and whatnot, and so on and so forth. And then there's a lot of words and phrases and different things as well that you can pay attention to and really realize that something's off there, like the word sacrifice. The word sacrifice to the occult isn't about I give up this to get better. I didn't give up my time doing whatever I wanted to practice singing, or practice playing sports, or practice acting, or, whatever. Something simple like that. What sacrifice and blood sacrifice means is basically murder. It means that they have been in connection with somebody that has died, that they were a part of. They had to give up that person to become famous and stay famous. That's part of their rules and whatnot. There's a lot of them. You can look at Kanye West, you can look at Bruno Mars, you can look at Lil Wayne, you can look at Eminem, you can look at Suge Knight, you can look at P. Diddy. Many, many, many of them. There's a lot. Another symbol would be the black eyes, the black tears, the black smoke, the black goo, which I've talked about, the black goo and all that, as what it means now. It was always showed to us, the repetition and whatnot. And one of it means demonic possession, which people might think that's nonsense or something, but demonic possession is absolutely real. And demons exist and whatnot. That's part of what Satanism, or whatever phrase you want to use for it, that's what that actually is. It has to do with levitation and becoming demonically possessed, and you're no longer fully a person. You're controlled and whatnot. If you control the mind, you can do these things on people. There's a lot of history behind that, from serial killers to the military to politics to like police, that kind of thing, to the bloodlines, to celebrities. There's a lot of them. That's why you hear about rehab and this and that. Oh, they were a druggie, they got into drugs, so they had to go get checked on or whatever. They had to go into rehab. What they're really doing, likely in most of these cases, and a lot of them are just out in the open about, if someone passes out and stuff like that, that's very likely a demonic possession attack or an MK Ultra attack. It's not drugs or whatever. Why would these people use drugs, first of all? Like, for the most part. It's like, you think they don't have the cures for that kind of stuff? How come none of them ever die of cancer and this and that? Of course, they say that they die of cancer and all these different things, but they don't. It doesn't happen to the people who are in the positions of power and whatnot. It just doesn't happen realistically. They can pretend someone's dead, or kill them off or whatever. There's a lot of different ways that people die that are in the occult and whatnot. But yeah, another one is the oxide of een ... graph. That's one I've been talking about, with the injections and getting something inside of your body, and then you're no longer human and whatnot. You are basically waiting for the technology to mess you up because you put the graphene in your body. And graphene has been found in foods, it's been found in many different things, not just the injections and that kind of thing, which they've showed many, many times to us over and over. We'll go and do some more. We've got the serpent, which is just a snake. It's indicative of the serpent from the Bible that tempted Adam and Eve and whatnot. So, of course, they got that in there. Also, there's the apple, which is the forbidden fruit, which they were told not to eat and whatnot. And that's why Apple uses the apple symbolism. It's not because they liked apples or whatever. It's an occultic symbol, because Apple's an occultic business, just like all of these people that are, whether you want to call them monopolies or whatever, they're highly, highly pushed and whatnot. And not to mention that the first Apple computer sold for $666.66. And they claim, they liked repeating numbers. Well, why didn't you go with 555? Because I actually heard recently, I heard the explanation that they claim that they named it because it was, they liked 666 because it was a repeating digit. But they said they wanted to do it for 500 anyway, so why didn't they just jack the price up to 555, or they could go down to 444? They chose 666.66 cents. That's what the first Apple computer sold for. And that's a fact. You can look that up. The serpent, you can see that on the medical. Like if you see the medical, you'll see the snake on there. You'll see that everywhere. Another very common one is the pentagram, which is what we've grown to know as the star symbol. Whether it is the points, the lines cross and whatnot, as in, up, down, over, down, whatever. That pentagram, there's the inverse pentagram used by Satanism and that kind of thing, because really the pentagram is an optical illusion, really, because no matter how you look at it, it's very, optically it looks, you can kind of look at all directions and you'll still see the pentagram. It's a witchcraft symbolism. Starbucks, the Dallas Cowboys, there's so many businesses that use the star or uses the phrase star, just like, the celebrities and whatnot. They say, well, I'm a star, or I want to be a star. It's all very, very nonsensical type stuff. But that's, everywhere pretty much as well. You're gonna have to excuse me here while I'm thinking here. Doing the best I can. Another one is the six-sided star, which you can't really say anything about that because those people are in the world, the fake ones. They're not actually the people. It talks about in the Bible, the synagogue of Satan, the people who pretend to be that are not. And those are the people that are always the victims. They claim that the German event in the 40s happened and that they were the victims and whatnot, and they've been the victims since. But yet they're the ones that own the land, they own all of that stuff. So isn't that a coincidence? No, it's not a coincidence. So the six-sided star is a witchcraft magic symbolism, which I'll get into magic, the phrase magic, and so on and so forth as well. Yeah. The six-sided star is, like I said, it's a magic symbolism. You'll see it usually a triangle up and then a triangle, the point of the triangle will face down as well. This is my turn. Yep. So you'll see that a lot. And that has nothing to do with quote-unquote religion or race or heritage or whatever phrase that we've been led to believe. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with magic. The Kabbalah, the different forms of what would be labeled as magic. That's what those actually mean. The six-sided star. You see that on police uniforms, that kind of thing, because the police are a pawn of the system. They, the main top ones, I'm saying, are a huge pawn for throwing people in jail, and, they take these people that, when you're a high tier in police and whatnot, you're a high tier Freemason, and then you know your orders and you follow through with them, because you've sworn an oath to never reveal secrets, to go along with things. And when it's your time, they come to you and they say, we need this race war push. We need the whites and the blacks to dislike each other. Because if we have such as, black and white, we'll have the black and white people, they'll dislike each other. We'll have the black people that are emotionally seeing these events, these stage events and whatnot with their actors of people being choked out and so on and so forth with fake, obviously fake names and all that. I'm sure those actors are Freemasons and whatnot too, or they're actual victims or whatever. There's a lot of different possibilities, but obviously it's all controlled. Not to say it's necessarily fake, because some of these events can be real, but it's all for an agenda. Because if you can divide the people don't come together and they dislike each other. So say like the black and white one, the black people see what they're told on the news, that they're being oppressed by the white people. The white cops are beating on the black people for no reason. So then you have all your celebrities and all that, the news, of course, pushing it, because, if you see it on the news and they're trying to tell you something bad is happening and whatnot, it's to get you to believe something or not believe something. It's to get your mind to physically believe that you're a victim and you're being discriminated against and so on and so forth. Because there are racist people and whatnot, but these events and stuff, they're controlled and whatnot. They have nothing to do with real racism and that kind of thing. So don't fall for that. Because if say the black and white people, they don't like each other, based on like what I've said, the black people emotionally are being baited in, and then they make the white people look bad, and then the white people say, well, we're not even doing anything, we have nothing to do with this, and then the black people get mad at the white people, then the white people get mad at the black people, and it's just back and forth, just like politics, because there's so much division in everything. It's the division of black and white, men and women, people who have been injected and those who haven't, people of different races, people of different, if you were born in a certain country or you weren't, or if you're this skin color or you're that skin color, or you have a different political view, or you have a difference of opinion here or there. So, when you have people divided, they don't work together anymore. And then we need people to work together and learn and be against a lot of all this crap and that kind of thing. And then we don't have to deal with the level of nonsense that we do, type deal. So that's the whole situation there. A couple more. I just saw the peace sign and the peace symbol, the V thing, the two fingers, and the peace symbol as well, not just the sign on the hands. They're both mockeries of the hanging of Jesus Christ on the cross upside down. It has nothing to do with the St. Peter's cross and whatnot. That's another very occultic symbol type deal. So you'll see that a lot, and that's what that means. The inverted cross is another one that you'll see, which I think that's one of the more obvious ones, is the cross upside down with the T at the bottom, because everything upside down, the inversion, it has to do with Aleister Crowley and whatnot, the law of reversals. Everything that's bad is, everything that's good, that's moral, is bad, and everything that's moral and or immoral is good. That's the whole mindset. That's how Satanism and whatever phrase you want to use. I use the phrase Satanism because that's really what it is. But if you don't like that phrase, you can call it inversion, you can call it duality, whatever you want to call it. It's the flipping upside down, the literal flipping upside down, like the tree thing when they were doing the inverted tree and whatnot, the Christmas tree. We won't get into that whole debate there right now either. But the inversion is the point of it, that they're normalizing things that are normally like face up or face down. If they're pointing up, then they'll point down. Then there's as above, so below. Like if you see, well, that's the Baphomet. The Baphomet is the satanic goat, the transgender goat with breasts and a penis. And basically, it has to do with the duality and all that. It's basically a form of Satan and whatnot. So if you look at its hands, it's pointing down and it's pointing up. And that is called as above, so below. So if you see like points, like if you see arrows, like one up, one down, it has to do with as above, so below. It's also indicative of when you see if you see like water somewhere and you see buildings, you usually see a building that reflects off of the water. It has to do with as above, so below. As as above would be the building and whatnot reflecting off of the water, and then the reflection is so below. So as above, so below. It's just another stupid symbolism that they use that's just more obvious crap, really. But I think that's a pretty good couple videos there to get you guys going. Hopefully you guys can check out some stuff. Go ahead and comment down if you see any of these. You'll see them all the time once you see them and whatnot. Once you know what to look for and whatnot, and you're processing things on a conscious level, and you're not going through just watching things, listening to things. If you actually hear these things and see them, it's pretty obvious to see what you're looking for and why things are there. So, like I said, thank you guys for checking out the videos. Very much appreciate it. I tried giving you guys a couple long videos while I was driving over. Depending on where I end up later on tonight, I'll try to make some more videos. I'm hoping to get more going with, well, I wouldn't say editing. I don't think I'm going to edit. I don't think I'm going to do that, but I might start adding some pictures and video content in there, which it's hard to do that because a lot of that stuff is easy to get taken down and whatnot. So the way I look at it is when I'm talking and stuff, the videos, it's a good time to just throw this on while you're in the car and listen to something, or you're working out and you can listen to it, or wherever you're just sitting, relaxing, whatever, and you can listen to me and you don't have to watch, you know. Like I've said many times, YouTube, TikTok, all these sites, Twitter, all these sites have taken me down at some point or another for uh, stricken, banned, different things. And for the most part, I go along with the things I'm not supposed to do. And especially like once I get a strike, like on my main channel has 176 subscribers, which that doesn't seem like a lot, but I've worked on that channel for, I don't know, 7, 8 years maybe, on and off. And a lot of time and effort has went into that, and I have a lot of good content that I can't lose. So once I got a strike on that, it stays on there for 3 months. And so that's going to sit on there until May 15th, I believe. So once May 15th comes around, you can expect a lot more content and whatnot on that channel. So I have many other channels as well. So I'm going to hopefully try to put things in the description, in the comment section, and so on and so forth, that you guys can find videos and stuff. Just simply, the best stuff you can find is, it's called A Call for an Uprising on YouTube. He's where I've learned a lot of this stuff, and he showed the pictures and all that. I'm just a person talking. He's got the pictures and all that, and so on and so forth. He's got many channels. He's been around since 2016 or so, talking about everything that's happening now, and all that kind of deal. So, yeah, that's pretty much the situation. So, I think I pretty much covered everything. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Just don't fall for all the garbage and all that, and enjoy your life while you can. I try to advise you guys the best I can. I'm not going to tell you stuff that I disagree with. You ask me a question, I'll try to answer it honestly. I try to get back with people. I don't really see a whole lot of comments very often, but I appreciate the ones that do. And, you can always ask me really anything about this stuff, just whatever you want to ask me, and I'll get back to you and give you my honest response. So, yeah, thank you guys for checking out the video. Have a good rest of the day.